Hey guys, welcome back to Stinson Farms. Hey, we're out in the shop today. We're going to do a little servicing on the 3020 John Deere. We've been getting rain, just endless rain, and everything is soaked and wet, and it's going to be a while before we can get started. But need to service the tractors, get them ready to go. And I got the 3020 in the shop today. We're going to get it serviced, gone over, and get it ready to go to the field. Once we get it serviced, we'll probably pull it out, clean it up a little bit, and get it all shined up and looking good for planting season. So that's what we're working on today, and I'm going to show you how to change oil and check the hydraulic fluid and add hydraulic fluid to a 3020. Now this is a 66 model 3020. It's a gas. It's my planting tractor. It's what I pull the John Deere 7000 planter with, and it does a really good job. I bought this tractor, if you've seen the other videos, from a man who had this in storage. He had a whole collection of John Deeres going back to the mid early 50s, and even up to the modern oil. Probably the most modern ones he had was in the 55 series, late 80s, early 90s. But we got this one, and it had been sitting for 25 years, not used. It's in extremely good shape. I used it all year last year. I used it in hay. I used it to plant with, pick corn with. Done a tremendous job for us, and we're going to get her serviced up and get her ready to go for 2023. So if you can see the drain plug right here, first thing we're going to do is pull this plug out. I done got it broke loose, and we will let this drain into our bucket. When this gets good and drained, we'll put the plug back in and we'll change the filter. I should have gloves on, but I don't. All right, we've got the oil drained. I got the plug back in, got it tightened down, and we're gonna go around the other side now and pull the filter out. And I'll show you how that works. So on these old tractors, you've got a cartridge filter. They don't have a screw-on filter, and they sit inside excuse me, they sit inside the oil pan. So we have to take these 4 bolts out here, and we will pull this cartridge out, and it's got a seal around it. So we'll get it pulled out, we'll get the filter out of it. We're going to drain a little oil when we do that as well. I got the bucket under it, and we'll also clean everything off real good, put a new seal on it, a new filter, and slide it all back in and bolt it up. Oop, that about went in my bucket of oil. All right, you see there, we're losing oil already. We're gonna let that sit there just like that and drain for a minute. Now this thing's spring loaded, so it's got a little tension on it, spring tension on it, you can see right there. All right. So we're gonna let that set and drain, and I'm gonna double check my new filter and make sure that I've got the correct filter. So I'm gonna put this one down here on the rag right now. So I'm gonna try to get this where you can see it. This has got a O-ring right here, and it looks good. It ain't been it hasn't been that long since the the oil's been changed in it, but that filter looks really good. Before I put the new one in, however, I'm going to try to clean some of this stuff up. Get some of this old oil out of it. All right, I've got the filter housing or the cover cleaned up, and this new filter comes with 2 different O-rings. So there's only one fits. So I assume that this filter is made to fit other tractors. Now I'm not sure what it would be. Another John Deere series tractor. So what I want to do is put a little bit of the new oil around that ring groove. We'll insert that seal, and then we'll coat that seal with just a little bit of new oil. And we have our new filter. So it sits on there just like that. Now when we put this back in here, this cover's marked top, which the square, if you can see, the pattern's kind of offset. So it's only going to fit one way anyway. Well, it can actually fit 2 ways, but you want to put it back in with that on the top. So we've got it back in there, and you can feel the spring. You can feel the spring push back on it. And then we just put our nuts back on it. And of course, we'll have to check this for leaks whenever we get the new oil back into the crankcase. All right, we got everything back on and tightened up. And like I said, we'll check this for leaks whenever we get the new oil in. And that's what we're fixing to do next, is put the new oil in it. All right, I got the side panel off here to give me a little more room to get to my oil spout where I'm going to fill up. And we're going to put about 9 quarts in it, and then we'll check it out and see if we're about right. It should hold about 9 quarts. Now, I think John Deere recommended in the manual a 10W30 or a 30 weight oil, and I've done a lot of reading online, and a lot of guys were just putting the 1540 just like they put in their diesel engines, and this is what I use in all my diesel stuff. It's a really good oil. Make things a little tighter in the motor, higher viscosity, but a little tighter. Probably won't hurt anything. This engine's got a little bit of wear on it. All right, we've got it full. It calls for 9 quarts. We put 9 quarts in it. I'm gonna crank it and let it sit here and run for a minute, circulate, and we'll cut it off and let the oil drain back down, and we'll check it. And we're also gonna check it for leaks while it's running. Filter housing's good. Drain float's good. We'll let it sit there. We'll check it again here in a minute. And right now, we're a little bit low on our hydraulic fluid. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hydraulic fluid in here and here's where you check that, the dipstick on that. So I've already checked it and it's a little low. I don't have any leaks on the hydraulic system that I know of, but I do have some leaks on some of the attachments that I use from time to time. So I have to put a little hydraulic fluid in it every once in a while. So I'll put about a gallon at a time in it until we get it up to the level we want it. Yeah. And I did just what I didn't want to do. All right, I ain't gonna be able to hold this camera and pour it in there. Be right back. All right, we've got hydraulic reservoir full. We will go back now and check our engine oil after it sit here a few minutes and see what we're doing on it. I'm gonna have to wipe this stick off and we'll try it again. Yeah, it may be just a little higher above full, but I think we'll be all right. Man, I got all the old oil out of it, but it quit running, so. All right, I'm gonna put this side panel back on. We're gonna pull the tractor out here and we're gonna get it sprayed down, get it cleaned up, and probably gonna take it up to the farm here in a little bit. But we got everything, oil changed, hydraulic fluid capped off. I do need to go over it and grease it, but it's pretty much ready to go. I have to put some fuel in it and we're gonna head to the farm with it here shortly. But I'll let you see it when we get it cleaned up, see what it looks like, and we'll end the video on that. Guys, we'll be back shortly. Got my little partner helping today. He's been doing a lot of the filming. He wanted a hold of this pressure washer, so we're knocking some dirt off of it. Well, there it is, all sprayed down and cleaned up. I may shoot some, I got a little bit of wipe on, wipe off wax in there. I may put some of that on some of the sheet metal, protect it a little bit. Like I said, this thing hadn't been used in years, and it was kept up and looked really nice, and they kept the paint good on it. And it's been a lot of years since it's been painted, probably close to 20, but it's never been used. It never sat outside. It was always inside in a climate controlled area, and they just kept them real clean and nice, and the paint's still really good on it. And of course, I'm using it. I don't want to scratch it up and beat it up, but it's going to get a nick or two on it every now and again, and it's going to get dirty, but it's a good old tractor. I enjoy it, and I just absolutely love the way it looks. Well, guys, we're going to get this thing up to the farm, get ready to go when we can go. Like I said, it's been raining, and it's been just a wet late winter and spring, and I know everybody is dealing with the same thing, and I know everybody realizes that. But we'll be having these John Deere's out in the field. This will be one of them I'll be using, 4430 the other tractor we'll be using this year again, and we'll have them in the field working as soon as we can. It's just gotta let it dry, and the wind's blowing nice today, and that's good for drying ground. But we got about 4.5 inches of rain yesterday, so it's it's wet, and it's going to be wet for a few days to come at the very least. But sure appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love this old tractor, and it's a joy to operate, it's a joy to run, it's simple, it's fun, it looks great, and I hope you enjoy watching as much as I enjoy running it. And if you've got one, you know what I'm talking about. So guys, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you following along and supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time.